Why are XRP experts saying the next big move may happen before regulation? In this video, we are going to break down a powerful claim coming from a well-known XRP community voice. According to crypto expert Chad Steingraber, XRP may be on the verge of a major price rally, not after regulation is finalized, but before the law is officially passed. This idea is rooted in a long-standing belief within the XRP community known as price before law. It suggests that XRP historically moves ahead of regulatory clarity, pricing in positive outcomes long before lawmakers make things official. With a major US crypto bill, the Clarity Act, heading into a critical phase in January 2026, many are now asking a serious question. Is XRP already quietly preparing for its next explosive move? So, what does price before law mean for XRP investors? The phrase price before the law has become almost legendary within the XRP community. It refers to the idea that XRP does not wait for legal or regulatory confirmation before making major price moves. Instead, the market often anticipates outcomes, pushing the price higher ahead of official announcements. Chad Steingraver argues that this pattern has repeated itself multiple times throughout XRP's history. Rather than reacting to legal clarity after it happens, XRP tends to front-run the news, rewarding investors who position early. From a market perspective, this belief encourages speculative positioning. Traders and long-term holders may start accumulating XRP well before regulatory milestones, increasing demand and tightening supply. When enough market participants act on the same expectation, price momentum can build rapidly, even in the absence of official news. So, why is the Clarity Act suddenly so important for XRP? The current focus is the Clarity Act HR 3633, a proposed U.S. bill designed to establish clear regulatory rules for digital assets. This bill aims to finally define which crypto assets fall under specific regulatory frameworks, something the industry has struggled with for years. The Clarity Act passed an important step in July 2025, advancing to the Senate and landing on the Senate Banking Committee. Recently, White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs confirmed that lawmakers will hold a markup session in January 2026, a critical stage where the bill is debated and potentially advanced. From a market impact standpoint, regulatory clarity is often seen as a green light for institutional capital. If XRP gains clearer legal standing, it could unlock new investment flows, exchange listings, and enterprise adoption. Even the expectation of this clarity can act as a powerful price catalyst. So, why does the January 2026 markup matter so much? While the while the final passage of the Clarity Act could still take months, the markup stage is one of the last major hurdles in the legislative process. During this phase, committee members debate the bill's contents and vote on whether it should advance to the full Senate floor. Historically, market tends to react before certainty is achieved. Once a bill reaches markup, investors often interpret it as a sign that passage is increasingly likely. This is where speculation intensifies and assets tied to the bill's outcome, like XRP, can begin to move. The market impact here lies in expectation driven rallies. I repeat, expectation driven rallies. Traders may not wait for the final vote. Instead, they may buy based on the belief that regulatory clarity is inevitable, pushing prices higher ahead of confirmation. So, has XRP really rallied before legal decisions in the past? Stein Steingraber's confidence isn't based on theory alone. XRP has a documented history of rallying before major legal milestone, particularly during its long battle with the US SEC. In 2025, optimism around a potential SEC settlement pushed XRP above $3 for the first time since 2018. What made this rally remarkable was its timing. XRP later surged to $3.65 in July 2025, nearly a month before the Ripple case was officially resolved. This reinforced the belief that XRP often prices in positive outcomes early. From a market perspective, this behavior strengthens speculative confidence. When traders recognize a recurring pattern, it becomes self reinforcing, encouraging earlier entries and stronger rallies. So, is XRP already positioning for the next big move? According to Steingraber, the market may already be quietly positioning for what comes next. As discussions around the Clarity Act gain traction, expectations are building that XRP could benefit significantly from regulatory clarity. If the bill passes, it could remove years of uncertainty surrounding XRP's classification. Even before that happens, anticipation alone can drive momentum. Investors who believe in the price before law thesis may see this period as a strategic accumulation window. The market impact here resolves around sentiment shift. When confidence replaces fear, sideline capital often flows back in. If enough participants believe a rally is coming, XRP could experience accelerating upward pressure well before January 2026 arrives. And finally, my own personal opinion about this is that the price before low narrative is not just hype, but it's not a guarantee. XRP has undeniably shown a tendency to move ahead of regulatory clarity, and the Clarity Act represents one of the most meaningful catalysts the crypto industry has seen in years. However, markets are forward looking but also unpredictable. While the setup looks compelling, investors should remember that legislation can still face delays or changes. That said, if history repeats itself, XRP may not wait for January 2026 or final Senate approval. If momentum builds, we could see XRP signal its next major move early. Once again, proving why so many believe it leads to regulation rather than follows it. And this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next one.